August has actually been next to me this entire time for chapter 4.1 and 4.2, and I thought I'd try to get her into the screen this time, but you know she kind of hates math, which is weird. Anyway, back to 4-2, special products. Copy down the core concept on page 167. Copy down the core concept for Pascal's triangle on page 169. I'm going to make up a bunch of problems myself because I'm that good, but then I'm also going to do page 169, number 10 for you. You're going to practice a lot in class on this. Practice, practice, practice. In the book, online, everywhere you can, because the better you get at this, the faster you get at this, the better your life will be for math. All right? So first off, with the core concept, I need you to also copy down dots. DOT stands for difference of two squares. And if you've been paying attention so far this year, I've mentioned it before, and I've told you how much I look forward to teaching this to you. And here it is, okay? So, dots, difference of two squares. The quantity of a minus b times the quantity of a plus b equals the quantity of a squared minus b squared. Take some notes. Pause, rewind if you need to. When you have the same thing in front of both parentheses, the same thing at the back of both parentheses, and then the different signs, you have a difference of two squares. Rewind that so you can hear it again. When you realize that you have that, all you need to do is look at one of the parentheses. Take the first thing and square it, write it down. Put a minus sign in between the two. Just put the minus sign, don't think about it. And then take the last thing and square it. If you need to do any math, like do 9 squared, you do 9 squared, and that's it. All right? Let me show you a problem. That again, I'm that good, I'm making it up. You ready, August? Sure you are. So, letter alpha. X plus 3, x minus 3. So, remember I do Greek when I make it up myself, so you don't look for it in the book. The quantity of x plus 3 times the quantity of x minus 3. Hey, I see I have the same thing in front of both parentheses. I got the same thing at the back of both parentheses. I have two different signs. So I'm going to just look at one of the parentheses. I'm going to square the first thing. That was really hard. I'm going to put a minus sign. Super difficult. And I'm going to square the last thing. And I have an answer. Done. Let's do one more. Why not? These are fast. Once you get good at them, you're going to be doing them super duper fast. Here's another dots problem. Same thing in front, same thing in the back, two different signs. Square the first, put a minus sign, square the last. Answer, x squared minus 36. All right, next up, BS to PST. Binomial square, get your mind out of the gutter, to perfect square trinomial. Binomial square to perfect square trinomial. And let's flip this correctly. Here is a binomial being squared. Whoa, a binomial square. So it becomes a perfect square trinomial. Here's another binomial being squared. It's just got a minus sign in the middle. And it's a perfect square trinomial. How do you know it's a perfect square trinomial? The first thing is a square. The last thing is a square. The middle is twice the square roots of the first and the last, or 2 times these two things. Multiply them together, multiply it by 2. Again, the first thing is a perfect square, the last thing is a perfect square, and the middle term is twice what you get when you multiply these things together. What I want you to copy down is square the first, square the last, squeeze and double. I'll say it again. Square the first, square the last, squeeze and double. Pause, rewind, make sure you have it copied down. Go find your parents, a sibling, a dog, and tell them to square the first, square the last, squeeze and double. Good job. All right, here's an example. They're super easy to figure out. Letter gamma, the quantity of x plus 4 squared. All right? Hey, it's a binomial. It's being squared. Oh my God, do you like binomial squares? I'm just going to take a nap. Math is tiring. So, square the first. Square the last. Thanks for the sigh. Squeeze the 2. That means multiply the 2. 4x. Squeeze them. 4x. Double them. 8x. And you know it's a plus because that's a plus. So, x squared plus 8x plus 16 is your perfect square trinomial. Let's do another one. Letter delta. Let's just get all crafty here. How about the quantity of y minus 5 squared? It's a binomial. It's being squared. You really like these. Alrighty. Square the first. Square the last. Squeeze. Boop. Negative 5y. Squeeze means multiply. Negative 5y. Double it. Negative 10y. Y squared minus 10y plus 25. By the way, the last term's always going to be positive because it's going to be a perfect square. All right? Those are your BS's to PST's. BS's to PST's. All right, now the fun stuff. Did you copy down Pascal's triangle yet? If not, here's a good time because I'm going to spend airtime erasing. And I got to make sure my laptop turns back on so I can see number 10 at the bottom of page 169.